Good morning. My name is Ann Ariano, and I serve as the Vice President Administration on your DuPage UU Church Board of Trustees. We want to welcome everyone this morning to our open and inclusive virtual community. As Unitarian Universalists, we hold that there are many spiritual paths to truth and meaning, and pledge to support one another as we explore these paths. We are so glad you were able to find us and join us for our live stream service today. Please check the church website at www.dupageuchurch.org for updates. If you search under DuPage UU Church on Facebook, you will find a number of ways to be in community with us as well. Today and each Sunday, join us for Zoom social time at 11:30 following the service. Socialize with friends and ponder a question from Reverend Connie as we break into small groups. We hope to see you there. The Zoom link can be found on the Members tab of our website, the order of service, and in the church weekly email. Thank you.
Our opening words are by Manish Mishra Marzetti. Between rocking the boat and sitting down, between stirring things up and peaceably going along, we find ourselves here in community, each called from many different journeys, many different life paths, onto this river road. Some are here because the rocking of the boat has been too much tumult, too much uncertainty, too much pain. Some are here with questions about where the boat is going, how best to steer it, where this journey ends. Others are here as lovers of the journey, lovers of life itself. Here in front, beside, behind, each a passenger, each a captain, each doing the best we can. Rest here in your boat with me, the river calls. Listen to how I flow, the sound of life coursing all around you. Let the current hold you. Let the current guide you. The river that gently flows through your soul whispers, "Come, let us worship."
We light this chalice as a symbol of reunion. We reunite to share the flow of our hearts with one another. We gather together in ritual to celebrate our fountains of joy, to hold each other through storms of grief, to guide one another through rapids of transformation, to rest together on ponds of stillness. Together, we honor the spirit of water, its many forms and its life-giving essence. Join us in our opening hymn, We Laugh, We Cry. It's hymn number 354 in the gray hymnal.
We need to feel there's something here to which we can belong.
Please join me in saying our spoken affirmation. Love is the spirit of this church, and service its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. So it's time to gather. My story today is a Sufi tale called The Little Stream Called to the Sea. Once there was a little stream that dreamed of flowing to the sea. The stream started in an aquifer, a huge pool of water underground. But the call of the ocean was so strong that the stream pushed its way through nooks and cracks up through the earth until it burst forth into the air and began its journey towards the sea. As its waters bubbled to the surface, they ran down the hill, carving the stream bed into the earth. And sometimes the stream babbled as it traveled. Sometimes it gurgled. Sometimes it roared. At times the stream traveled alone. Its waters were so clear you could see the pebbles that lined its bed. And at other times the stream ran through great lakes, or tumbled over a cliff, or joined other streams to form a river, and then split again to travel alone. But always, always, the little stream yearned to flow into the sea. And sometimes the stream would run fast and deep, eager to reach the sea, and fish swam in its waters as it carried them swiftly on its journey. And sometimes the stream would grow wide and slow, and it would carry boats on its back as it continued its journey. But always, always, the stream yearned to flow into the sea. One day, just as the call of the ocean seemed to grow a bit stronger, the stream found itself growing sluggish. Its waters grew thick with mud until sadly it pooled into a brackish mud hole right on the edge of the desert. Woe is me, thought the little stream. Now I'll never get to the sea. And it tried going around the desert, but the desert was too wide. And it tried to go under the desert, but the desert was too deep. Still, even with mud in its ears, the little stream heard the call of the ocean and yearned to flow to the sea. After what seemed like a long time, as the stream just pooled there in the sun, it began to hear a second voice. I can take you to the sea, little stream, whispered the wind. Come with me. I'll carry you to the ocean shore. How could you do that? Scoffed the stream. You're only made of air. I can carry you on a breeze, whispered the wind. But you must have to be brave, for you must let yourself go and change. I've changed many times, said the stream. But this will be different, said the wind. And the little stream paused, but deep within, the stream still yearned for the sea. And the stream let go, and the wind picked it up particle by particle. At first, the stream was scared, for it felt lost. It was no longer a stream, but was turned sort of inside out and had become moisture swirling in the sky. The view was like nothing the little stream had ever seen before. Not only was the whole world laid out below it, but it was surrounded by sparkling jewels. Then, what had been the stream realized that all of those sparkling jewels were parts of it. Molecules of water, droplets of moisture, sparkling in the light. What had been the stream realized that it was truly beautiful on the inside. Next, the stream turned moisture, saw that it was not alone, for the wind had whispered to other streams and ponds, and even to the morning dew upon the oasis. All had turned into moisture, and all their parts were also sparkling in the sun, and together they were even more beautiful, for the sunlight had changed them into all the colors of the rainbow. And then the little stream turned rainbow, felt itself falling and falling and falling, and all the other droplets were falling too, until plop, 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 all the droplets ran together into a mighty river which rushed down the mountainside, across a coastal plain, and into the sea, where the waves pushed it back and pulled it forward, and the currents carried it far out into the pulsing depths. The little stream was content. But I understand that every now and then the wind would breeze by, whispering to the currents in the sea, "Come with me, come with me," and that the moisture would rise up into the wind and be carried away to start all over again.
Please join us for our song affirmation.
Let all the beauty we have known illuminate our hearts and minds. Rejoice in wonders daily shown, in faith and joy and love that binds.
Now we will ceremonially install your Board of Trustees for 2021-2022 for this church year. Members of the congregation of DuPage Unitarian Universalist Church have elected your Board of Trustees to represent and lead the membership in accordance with your bylaws and governance policies. The board is specifically charged with fiduciary oversight, policy creation, delegation of authority, and evaluation of outcomes. You have elected Diane Gelder, Katie Hay, Jenny Hobbs, Lindy Spreetsma, Ann Arellano, Kelly Trombley-Freitag, Pat Lichtman, Karen Peck, and Linda Zetterberg as members of your Board of Trustees, and your minister serves as an ex officio member of the board without vote. Jenny, Ann, and Kelly are present in the sanctuary today, and I will invite them to join in reading as you see the whole board pictured. Then it will be the congregation's turn to read, led by Steve Cooper, who is a member of the congregation as well as your Director of Religious Education. Board of Trustees.
We, the members of the Board of Trustees of DuPage Unitarian Universalist Church, take up our duties, pledging to uphold the best interests of this congregation, with gratitude for the confidence you have placed in us, and with a deep sense of responsibility, we will endeavor to serve this religious community with integrity, wisdom, patience, good humor, compassion, and faith.
And members of the congregation.
We, the members of the congregation of DuPage Unitarian Universalist Church, hereby install you as members of the Board of Trustees. We entrust you to uphold the best interests of this congregation and charge you with the responsibility of guiding the course of this congregation in our name. We offer you our support, our trust, and our appreciation for the work you do on our behalf.
The congregation will covenant with Reverend Connie Grant, who will serve us as interim minister in our bonus interim year as we continue our search for a new settled minister. As I read, you may wish to join me in reading the words you'll see projected on the screen. We welcome you as our partner in ministry during this transitional time at the threshold of our brief journey together.
I gladly join with you as your partner in ministry during this time. Our time together is limited, but it will be sufficient for the work we will do together.
We will use our hands and hearts, our vision and voices to heal and not to harm this beloved community.
I too will use my hands and heart, my vision and voice to heal and not to harm.
We will dare to disagree agreeably with you. We will dare to dream what we may become, and we will dare to freely venture the untried.
I will encourage you to disagree agreeably with me, and I will dare to disagree agreeably with you. I will encourage you to dream what you may become, and I will encourage you to freely venture.
We will share our portions of truth with you and listen deeply and learn that we may grow in wisdom and understanding.
I will share my portion of truth with you and listen deeply and learn that we may all grow.
In this brief and precious time together, may we be a blessing to each other and together be a blessing to the world.
We hold each other in our hearts and minds with all our joys and all our sorrows. With sorrow, we remember the 20th anniversary of September 11th, 2001. We remember those who are experiencing losses of various kinds and those facing health challenges. We are aware that many are faced with heightened difficulties presented by these times that continue to be challenging for all. Even when the cares of the world weigh on us, may we find joy in our connections with each other and in the pleasures that life holds. Let us care for one another and for ourselves in all the ways we can. as we hold each other in our hearts and minds with all our joys and all our sorrows, whether spoken or unspoken, let's take a moment to be quiet together. Our meditation is titled, Our Promise to Each Other, by Gunilla Norris. Our promise to each other is that we will be present to ourselves and therefore to one another. Together we make a holding place, much like the stones in a well. Side by side, they make a containment for the living water to rise through the ground so that anyone can draw from it. There is no well if the stones are not steady. As in all deep things, constancy is necessary. Through it, we become sturdy, reliable, and trustworthy, and so find our groundwater. Our hymn is number 100, I've Got Peace Like a River.
I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul.
Youth Outlook is our special collection for September. Youth Outlook is the first social service agency in Illinois solely dedicated to the support of LGBTQ+ youth. They work in 6 counties in the Chicago suburbs, offering drop-in centers for youth, parent support, and community education. And our church is their home base. The offering will now be given and received in grateful appreciation of our shared hopes and values.
That is a water fountain, yes. Yeah.
Why do we need to pour water into it so it can work?
Well, because we bring our water to the whole community's water, the whole church community. And then we're all one fountain because of what everyone shares to the community. Right? So we bring ourselves and our love and happy family and try to share that with everyone else, right?
The music of the church and the love of our beloved community.
I'm bringing support for the beloved community that supports me.
The water is symbolic of waters from the hurricanes that have destroyed so many people's homes this spring. I'm very sad about that.
bring love and peace to this community.
I bring music to the church.
I bring Mason to the church, and I hope a sense of continuity and creativity.
Hi, it's Mike Winter, Scott Thompson, and we just finished up Science Sunday over at the DUC Church, and we always love that the church supports us and gives us a home to talk about science, and we think we bring thought and provoking ideas to the church.
You know, and a love of nature. I just, you know, there's so much to learn and know about the universe and and even the nature of this plot of land, much less the entire universe. And being able to share that with people who share that enthusiasm is such a gift to me. And I hope that we can give back some of that, some of what we've learned and some of our enthusiasm to build a community of science lovers here.
So I'm lucky enough to be part of a group that brings AV to the church. The ability to make people sound wonderful and send that out into the community is part of a report.
I bring to the church a singing voice, helping hands, and curiosity.
I bring enthusiasm and color.
I bring community.
We're gonna keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Never turning back. Never turning back. We're gonna keep on walking proudly. Keep on walking proudly. Keep on walking proudly. Never turning back. Never turning back.
We're gonna keep on singing loudly.
Keep on singing loudly. Keep on singing loudly. Never turning back. Never turning back. We're gonna keep on loving boldly. Keep on loving boldly. Keep on loving boldly. Never turning back.
Water lends itself to simile after simile, metaphor after metaphor. Water, after all, takes the shape of its container. Together, drops of water form rivers and oceans. Together, people are more powerful than we could be alone. Today, we celebrate the gathering together of the congregation. We celebrate the beginning of what we often call the church year, even though for many the season of church never ends. This year, more than ever, many have realized the importance of this congregation in their lives. Gathering together, this congregation forms a wellspring that refreshes and renews. Even when you cannot be together physically, you are together in spirit. You bring yourselves with gifts and needs, joys and sorrows, life experiences that help enrich us all. We can help to meet some of each other's needs, and we can use our gifts to bless each other and the world. The hymn, "We Laugh, We Cry," seems especially poignant. We believe in life and in the strength of love, and we have found a need to be together. In an essay titled "Tears," Unitarian Universalist minister Robert Walsh writes, "Sometimes tears come to my eyes. I'm self-conscious about it, afraid people will think I'm grieving or that I'm a sentimental fool. I guess they'd be right if they thought those things. It happened when I talked with a friend I hadn't seen in a long time. It happened when I saw a bright orange maple tree outside my office window. It happened when I saw a wedding couple share a kiss. It happened when I heard a song about a lost dream. It happened when I recalled a promise I had broken and a thank you I had not spoken. It happened when I thought of a friend who had died. I wiped the tears away and go on as if everything was normal. But it's not normal, it's intense, full of joy and sorrow, and the joy and sorrow are together in the same moments. This is the life and the world I have been given for this short time, this blink of an eye. Like Robbie Walsh, I often find that I have tears in my eyes, and I don't always know why. I have learned to accept my own tears as an overflowing of emotion. The writer Kurt Vonnegut notes that laughter and tears have many of the same effects on the body and can be responses to the same emotions. Vonnegut said that he preferred to laugh, since there's less cleaning up to do afterwards. Tears can be messy. I know my nose always runs when I cry. And I do like to laugh. But sometimes I just have to cry. A colleague tells a story. One day a little boy came home a little late from school. His mother asked, "George, why are you so late? I was starting to worry about you." And George said, "I was walking with my friend Rebecca until she dropped her doll and it broke. So I had to help her." His mom asked, "So you had to help Rebecca fix the doll?" And George said, "No, the doll broke into a lot of pieces, so it couldn't be fixed. I stayed with Rebecca so I could help her cry." Tears, it seems to me, are the most healing of waters, and here I am, finding a few tears in my eyes at this moment. These days, many of us may be crying more than usual for reasons known and unknown. We help each other cry, and we help each other laugh, too. We bless each other with our shared tears as well as our shared laughter. It's good to be together. We keep on moving forward together. Our closing hymn is number 1064, Blue Boat Home.
As the drop joins the brook, the stream, the river, and becomes a mighty sea, so do each of us gather with others and become strong enough to care for and change the world.
And may we live our lives fully and creatively so that we may be a blessing to ourselves, to each other, and to all those whose lives we touch.